That's hot. It's hot. Okay, what? Here we go. Okay, I be watching these programs.
Oh, she was very unpredictable.
It's 11. That's a story about an 11-year-old girl who who they call her a serial killer. Okay, Lisa Ray speaks on Will Smith paying.
Oh, so funny.
You seem like a very genuine, nice person.
LSPD found hard evidence.
Meanwhile, we're also getting more details on the Tupac Shakur murder investigation. ABC News is learning more about the target of this week's police search and what they took from his home.
There was a rumor that a payment went, from Puffy's camp, and it was supposed to go to Kiki D and the Southside guys for Tupac.
I don't know about that, but that's trouble. Cat Williams revealed disturbing details about Bernie Mac.
Stories, and I know that the people that made money off Bernie Mac didn't like.
I'm Chris Hansen, right now on Crime Watch Daily.
Marry me and you be my only. Oh, that's crazy.
7 South Jamaica Circle in Cincinnati, Ohio. However, this address doesn't exist in the state.
This is crazy.
Although
I
26
started watching
South.
this. She plays police officers so stupid. And the name of
7
it
South
is,
Jamaica Circle in Cincinnati, Ohio.
it's saying
However,
teen
this
killer
address doesn't
makes
exist in the
detective
state.
Snap.
Although
Make 'em
26
snap.
South Jamaica Court is located in Aurora, Colorado, right across the street from Isabella's home. But this would only be just one of her many bizarre statements
Okay,
to come.
I just went somewhere.
It's Sabrina's birthday.
I don't know.
You know my
And they want me to do all this other stuff.
I think that in this world, there's gotta be two kinds of grandmas, right?
I'm going back where I
I heard
belong.
about that whole
Okay, here we
Casey
go.
Anthony.
Yes.
Okay.
There's two different
I'm gonna learn how to do this stuff.
Okay, I don't have time.
There's a mother who
Do you know your mother's birthday or don't you?
I don't.
Do not know.
She doesn't love me. I don't really know
Do
anything
not
about
know
her.
her birthday. That's
No.
So
fine.
y'all can see
Yeah,
the
okay.
hand.
So your father is Gonzalez, you don't know his first name. Your mother is Sabrina Hicks, but you don't know her birthday, and you claim they both live at this 2657 South Jamaica Circle, Cincinnati, Ohio. You don't know the zip code. How about a phone?
So we're gonna do it like this.
Cell phones?
We don't talk to each other. That's why I ran away. It's like,
Okay, where does Sabrina,
not only my family, but
where does Sabrina Hicks work? Maybe we go to her work.
Let's see.
she
Can you
lives in
see it?
Dresden.
Do you know the name?
We don't talk to each other.
Oh,
We're like strangers. She just hates me. She looks at me like
There.
this disgust.
can you see it?
Yeah.
Right, you poor little child, you.
The detectives ask her if she has any uncles or aunts, but she supposedly doesn't know. Next, they question her about Montgomery High School, where she claims to have attended, although this would turn out to be yet another lie. In actuality, Isabella went to Overland High School in Aurora, Colorado for a period of time before dropping out.
My TV
However, it's unclear as to when
That's how
she
they put
left
it
the
up on
school
my wall.
and why.
What street is your high school on?
You can see it.
No, you went to school there.
It's not that far from our house. I just walk.
What
I know
street's
how to walk. I don't drive.
What street is it on? Because what we can do is.
She
we can
killed her
go to your
mom,
school,
basically,
and
y'all.
have
She killed
officers
her
from
mom.
Cincinnati go to your school and see if we can
Why
contact
would
you
you
with
do all
records.
that? What?
She's trying to pretend like she's somebody
We're trying to
else.
disprove that you're not this person.
That's great. Do a DNA test and I'll prove everything.
Well, I'm gonna have to prove it in more than one way. And the easiest way for me to prove it is if you can put me in touch with somebody back there in Cincinnati, Ohio.
I will not put you in touch with people.
We can send them a picture of you and
Why
if they
should you
say,
me? I will not put you in touch with them.
if they can
If
say,
they
yes,
find out
that's
I'm
my
here, I'll
daughter,
have to run away.
then you're out the door.
If they find out I'm here, I'm gonna have to leave here again. I'm not trying to take another bus.
Hoping to catch her in another lie, the detectives asked if Isabella's picture would be in the Montgomery yearbook. Coincidentally, she claims to have skipped picture day.
Okay, so high school yearbook's not gonna work for this year. Did you get your picture taken when you were in 8th grade? The year before?
Time Lane Middle School.
I'm sorry?
The name is Time Lane Middle School.
Pine Lane. Okay. Funny, I've heard of that. There's a Pine Lane here in Colorado, you know that?
Maybe let's.
None of those, Pine Lane Middle School. Pine Lane Middle School. Same one you go to
I don't go there anymore.
in Cincinnati, Ohio, there's one right here in Colorado.
And stuff that I'm really complaining. People are not creative with names.
Is your picture in there? Your
Yeah, probably somewhere. You could find it. I don't know if you guys got that kind of technology.
Oh, we can find it. If it exists, we can find it.
The Cincinnati police say all three of the addresses you gave us, don't exist.
Maybe we don't know every single address in Austin.
It's the freaking police department. If they don't know, who knows?
Can y'all hear it?
No, what do you
Call 911.
I'm not Isabella.
We just want you to tell
Do
us.
you understand how complicated you've made this?
I am not Isabella. I know you guys know that.
Not only does she have palms up here, showing lack of confidence in what she's saying, but she brings her leg back up in a barrier position.
Okay,
If you're not Samantha, then who are you?
I am Samantha. I'm not Isabella. That's all that matters. I'm not a murderer. Yay, I can leave.
problem is each lie you tell,
It's not a
you
lie.
gotta tell another lie. And then you forget the lies you've already told. And pretty soon
What
it
do you
becomes so
mean?
confusing and so overwhelming that you don't know what you said.
The detective may be referring to the liar's loop here, but he doesn't really mention having to deconflict stories or anything, just the difficulties in keeping your story straight. Although the detectives are aware that Isabella is being deceitful, they are unaware of the disturbing and shocking reason as to why the heinous crime was committed. Time would eventually tell all, but authorities could have never predicted such an unbelievable ending to the perplexing case.
Have any friends?
This address you gave is bogus.
It's
The
not
Cincinnati
bogus.
police say it's not a good address.
It's a good
Well,
address.
I don't know what to tell you.
How do you explain that? Are you confused about the numbers? Are you confused about the name of the street?
Pretty fucking sure that's the address. Yeah, I'm hoping I seem to write it down
Yeah,
somewhere.
that's a perfectly valid address here in the city of Aurora, which is where we're at today.
It's so obvious that I'm not her.
Really?
Yeah.
So she has the same scar you do.
Okay. So
Merely
it's the
another
same.
coincidence?
It's not the same. It's a little different.
Merely a
I have scar on
coincidence?
my- Jeez. Do you guys believe
She was
in
involved in a last night where she mother brutally stabbed her mother 151 times.
151 times?
In the course of that,
151 times.
her hands got
Holy
cut, just like you. Another coincidence, you said?
Holy fucking shit.
You're found in a parking garage with a knife that appears to be the murder
You
weapon.
didn't find
You
me
just
with a
did
knife. Don't
another
lie.
coincidence?
You did not find me
Is
with
that
a
a
knife.
coincidence again?
Again, it appears that the detective is focused on being in control and having power in the interrogation room, rather than trying to work through the steps to get her to tell the truth. He's using language where he doesn't even sound sure of himself. For example, saying appears to be.
You did not.
Turn off the political theater. More of the same is not the American way. Let's pursue opportunities. Let's build a better future.
The police officers
It is
get
possible.
aggravated.
Join the movement, and prosperity is possible.
You did not find me with a
You
knife.
found the
You were
parking
lying.
garage where the knife was?
Okay, the knife is somewhere
Yes,
there.
yes, detective, that's true. Yes, detective, that's true.
Wait, the wrong
Okay.
fucking shortcut, man.
After an autopsy was performed, it was discovered that Yoon-mi had actually endured 31 stab wounds to the face and 48 stab wounds to the neck, a staggering 79 in total.
I hope you catch her, but I'm not her. And when you take that DNA sample out this room, it will prove that I am not her. That's all the evidence you need. If the DNA doesn't match,
You don't
you
even
can't
need your
keep
DNA
it.
to prove anything.
Yeah, you
What
do.
are we doing? Everything.
I watch forensic files. You can't lie to me about
It's a
everything.
TV show, you idiot.
So what do you
That's a
mean?
TV show. Do you believe everything they put on TV is real?
I
How stupid are you?
thought it was
Honest to
real.
God. How stupid are
It
you?
has to be
You're
real.
gonna go off some TV show, you're gonna put your life in the hands of some goofy ass TV show?
DNA is everything.
Answer my question. Are you gonna put your life in the hands of some TV show?
No, I'm.
Is that what you're gonna bargain your life on? Forensic Files says that you gotta have a DNA match?
Yeah.
Really?
Wait,
Really, Isabella? Does that make any goddamn sense to you?
Yeah, he going off.
stop calling me Isabella.
That's your name.
No, it's not.
It is too.
No, it isn't.
Throwing a pen is completely inappropriate, no matter how frustrated he may be. With how the detective is yelling, cussing, and berating her, there's a chance Isabella could have a case for how verbally abusive the interrogation is.
We've been so patient with you, giving you every opportunity.
Oh my God! Please do.
Oh, are you getting upset? Are you getting upset?
You would, if this happened to you.
You make me upset.
I haven't done anything to you.
You lied continually over and over and over today. You've wasted our time.
You're wasting my time. I didn't.
No. Your time means nothing from this point forward.
I'm not.
Your time is counted in minutes, hours, and days that you're going to be spent or will be spent behind bars, looking out into a prison cell.
The detectives are at their wits' end with Isabella, who appears to be in no hurry to confess the truth, perhaps because they've done such a horrible job with this interrogation. And as we continue with Ryan's interview, a terrifying revelation makes its way into the light, proving that Isabella may have just been a ticking time bomb, waiting to go off.
But my wife was just on pins and needles because of all that had happened around Isabella the last couple of days.
Okay. So has it seemed like things have gotten worse the last few days between Isabella and her mom?
With what you told me, yes. With what she told me, yes.
And that's
It's got
what she
worse.
told you was the statement she had made.
Cursing at her and spitting in her face.
Okay.
And the email she wrote to that ended up in my wife's hands said something about you will pay or you've been cursed.
Okay. And your wife found that email today?
Today at about, I remember she showed it to me. It came in, I think, about 2:42, something like that,
Okay.
before the officers showed up.
And it was from Isabella?
From Isabella. But she marked it to a Cecilia. It was kind of funny. She sent it to my wife, but she made it out to a Cecilia.
Ryan states that neither he nor his wife knew anyone by the name of Cecilia, but Yoon-mi was absolutely horrified by the disturbing email.
What's your impression of her? Is it?
She is very hot-tempered.
Hot-tempered, okay.
Very hot-tempered person. It doesn't, and she runs her mouth like crazy. F you, F this, F that.
Yeah.
She seems very depressed. How would I have to say? She seems horribly depressed
Okay.
about her life and blames her mom for her misery. The only thing I can say is over the past couple weeks, Isabella has been very angry with her mom. Just a lot of anger, a lot of cussing, cursing, just a lot of anger.
Has something prompted that as far as did you know?
Well, I mean, sometimes my wife she's pretty strong-minded, and she would tell Isabella, no, you shut up, you get out. Or,
Okay.
we go back and forth like that. So I'm sure Isabella took those things to heart.
Ryan recalls the previous incident he had with Isabella that provides a glimpse into just how quickly her temper could flare. Around 5 years ago, Isabella went down to the basement of the home to retrieve a fan that belonged to Ryan. When he didn't let her take the item, she supposedly retaliated with violence and allegedly punched Ryan in the face. Interestingly, Isabella is presenting as the complete opposite in the interrogation to how she's described by Ryan. But Isabella's reign of terror would not end here, as there was something much more sinister that would inevitably unleash itself in the most sickening way possible.
You committed a heinous. Okay, you're going to go to prison for that.
No.
You're not getting out of jail anytime soon.
No.
Okay, and the fact that you can sit there with that stupid goddamn look on your face makes me sick. That makes me physically sick to
Do
look
the
at you.
DNA test will prove me.
Don't tell me how to do my job.
Why are you
Don't tell me how to do my job.
I haven't done anything to you.
You've come in here trying to fucking act like you're so goddamn smart.
What do you mean?
You're putting your life in your hands today, my friend.
I'm putting
Think
it
about
in
it.
my hands. That doesn't make any sense. Stabbing someone 151 times takes a long time. Wouldn't the police come before, like, whoever did it would be done?
Isabella, please.
How long
Okay?
how long
Do you,
does
do
it
you
take?
think we're stupid?
I'm not Isabella.
Do you think we're stupid?
I am not Isabella.
Do you? Answer my question.
I don't
Do you
think
think that I look stupid?
I'm not insulting you.
Do we look stupid?
No.
Do you think we believe your story? Do you think we believe your story? Do you think we
You're
believe
acting
it?
like it now.
No, we don't believe your story. What does that tell you? What's anonymous?
You are a cold-blooded killer and you're in prison.
Man, you can't send somebody to prison if DNA test doesn't match. You know
Like I
that.
said, we don't even need DNA to prove this case.
Yeah, you do.
No, we don't.
DNA is everything. You can't say, oh, this girl murdered somebody and we found another girl in a similar
Who's an
location
eyewitness?
that looks similar to her. So we're going to blame her because we can't find her. And we look bad because we can't find the murderer of this woman. So we're going to blame it on an innocent person, a little girl who still has her whole life ahead of her.
No, you
You're
don't.
going to ruin
You
my
don't have your
life.
life in front of you.
You're going to ruin my whole life because I have some random crazy
Your
bitch who
life
looks like me.
Ended last night when you
No,
walked
I
out of
didn't.
that, when you walked into that bed.
I did not
Let me
kill
finish.
anybody.
While stating, I did not kill anybody, she awkwardly rubs her chin. And then her following hand motions don't match up with her words. This is a red flag that her anxiety is showing, and her brain is not matching up with her statements.
Download the Domino's app today and become a piece of the final rewards member to earn points toward free pizza. Here's how it works. You earn 10 points for every order of $10 or more. Once you earn 60 points, aim for a free pizza. Order and join today at Domino's.com.
Here at HNB, we have a long history of handling.
Your life ended last night when you decided to kill your mother. Because everything you do from now on is what the police and the government tell you to do.
This is all on camera, right? The United
Yeah.
States does have some sort
It's
of.
right there.
This is not Who Framed Roger Rabbit, okay? But the DNA is not going to come back and match because we're not the same person. Nobody's trying to frame me or anything. You got the wrong girl. You made a genuine mistake. People make mistakes. It's okay. I'm not mad at you.
Isabella is turning the tables, now minimizing what she claims to be his mistake. Perhaps Forensic Files prepares people better for interrogation than some police departments. It's interesting to note that the officer appears to have corporal stripes on his left sleeve, yet he looks to be of at least middle age or older. For someone of that age to not have risen above that rank can speak silent volumes.
If I knew somebody killed their mother, I stabbed him 151 times, I'd be out to get him too.
The detective is speechless, but no matter what Isabella says, there's no debating that she was the one to commit the crime. However, the case is far from over, and a most shocking revelation will soon make its way into the light, flipping the investigation straight on its head.
You keep making random accusations, but
Well, I'm not making random accusations about
if the DNA
you
doesn't
killing
match,
your mother.
if the DNA doesn't match, you can't keep me here and
You
it will
stabbed
not
your mother
match.
to death.
It will not match. This girl stabbed her mother to death. She is not me.
That's you.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't. And I'm really fucking angry that you ruined my fucking shitty day and made it even worse.
Well, welcome to the rest of your fucking life.
You guys are really mean.
Yeah.
Oh, now. We still like being lied to.
You're not lying to me. And you know it too.
Oh, really?
The detectives inform Isabella that they're going to have someone come to the station to identify her, but she responds, stating that she wishes to see her boyfriend Gabriel. However, they disregard her request.
What were you worried about last night?
Because I want to know where you spent the night.
In a fucking park.
In a park with a little red slide. I got all that. Someplace in Denver. You know what street you're on?
No. I don't even know the fucking streets in Ohio. This place is even more confusing.
Let's get all mad about it.
Well,
Thought I asked
of
a
course
simple
I'd be
question.
mad. What if someone did this to you? That's a terrible thing to do.
What is?
Accusing the wrong person and pointing a gun at him.
I didn't point a gun at
Gabriel
him.
is still waiting for me.
He didn't point a gun at him.
Some bunch of other men did. Like 5 men just got in there. Get down on the ground or we're gonna shoot you. We're gonna tase you. Do you realize how terrified I was?
Have you ever had guns pointed at you before by the police?
No. This is the fucking scariest day of my fucking life.
Scariest day of your life. Okay.
Having your mom root you is one thing. Having the police confront you with guns and say they're gonna tase you and you're a fucking murderer, you did this, you did that, you stabbed a bitch 151 times. Yeah, that's fucking terrifying. To think that I might, or you would even consider sending the wrong person to jail.
Isabella shows a bit of doubt here, stating to think that I might. For a moment here, there's a glimpse into her wondering if her world is real. Whatever her brain has done to protect her from the trauma of the terrible thing that she has done, she's doubting it now and almost lets it slip. However, she cuts the sentence off and holds on tighter to her delusions to avoid facing what she's done.
Who never called
Forever.
anybody got stabbed 151 times a bitch?
See, that's terrible. 152.
How was your?
I was calling her a bitch. Isabella.
Hmm?
Are you confused?
A little. You
I'm
said
confused
stabbed
too.
a bitch 151 times was your statement. That was your
I'm
statement.
so upset, I don't understand. Maybe I'm just too upset I'm fucking saying shit backwards. I don't know. This is a really bad day.
Isabella claims to have run away from her home in Ohio, where she took a bus to Colorado. Not only that, but her supposed boyfriend Gabriel is apparently waiting for her at the French Quarter apartment complex as they speak. Once again, the detectives aren't entertained, and instead bring Robert, Isabella's father, into the interrogation room.
Who's that?
That's my name.
Sir, do you recognize this?
Who are you?
Come on back out here, please. You recognize her?
Yeah, she's my daughter.
What's her name?
Isabella.
Isabella. What's her last name?
Guzman.
Isabella Guzman. Okay. This photograph here. Is that photograph? Is that your daughter there?
Yeah.
Oh, that's her dad. She's saying
And
she
this
don't
is your
even know
daughter?
her dad.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go ahead and we'll see back here and then we'll see about the method of that. Okay. Call him back here.
Is he insane? Does she have like a crazy family? Like a completely crazy family? Is that why she's psychotic and killed her mom? Her name is Samantha. Who's that man?
It's impossible to know if Isabella is delusional or if she knows she's making stuff up and lying. However, if someone is faking, they will break the lie, especially an adolescent. They just can't keep it up that long. It may be hard to believe, but the chances are that she's really this delusional.
So we're all hiding and that man's insane? Is that what you're saying?
No, he probably is insane. Why don't you do more research on this fucking girl?
Do you think that it was just a coincidence, another coincidence that that gentleman came down here tonight?
I'm not Isabella. I am Samantha.
Isabella, that's your father. Okay? He's your biological father. We know that. That's the
That's
reason.
Isabella's dad. I'm not Isabella.
Isabella.
Stop calling me Isabella. My name
That's
is
the reason
Samantha.
we asked him to come down here. Okay? Like I told you, we were trying to do everything in our power to verify who you are. Okay?
You know what?
This whole thing with Samantha, I
It
think
seems
is
like
keep
Tyler
out the
says to
window
me. It
because
seems like Tyler says to me that a girl who stabbed her mom 151 times probably has a completely mentally ill family. And he probably thinks that I'm her or something because we look similar. Man, you're making my life hell.
really,
Yes, please.
that's your big concern right
Take
now.
me
Is,
French Quarter so I can see Gabriel.
that's your big concern is how your life is.
Yes.
Do you not have
He is not my father.
do you not have any concern for how his life is?
No, what the fuck is he? His fucking problems are not my own.
Okay, do you not have any concern for
That's my baby. Yeah, yeah, creepy guys.
do you not have any concern about that?
I think that's really fucking terrible. Yeah. You should never
Your only
kill me.
concern is about you. Through this whole
This is
thing.
my life. My life. Her life is not connected with mine. Why the fuck do we
We've
have
been
to
trying
look
to
at
tell you all along that this is about your life because this is about your life. This is an opportunity for you to try to make sense or help us make sense of what happened last night.
Isabella once again tries to reason with the detectives, but what she fails to understand is that she's only digging herself into a deeper hole.
Yeah,
Okay?
you seem like a nice person when you made a genuine mistake. I'm not mad at you. Please just do the DNA
Listen
test.
to me. You have no business judging me. Okay?
What do you
Do
mean?
not judge me. Do not tell me I'm a nice person.
He's not my
Do
dad.
not tell me anything like that that makes me mad. Okay? And we're doing everything we can to try to give you an opportunity. If you continue to just sit here and dick us around, I think, you know, we're done being pleasant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Life is hard.
With Squarespace, you can make a website to sell anything.
If you're looking to buy a new house, you don't want to make this one mistake. I've heard so many stories of regret from people who spend months looking for the right house only to end up in the wrong overpriced mortgage. SoFi provides an award-winning mortgage experience, and they were recently named the top mortgage lender for saving money by CNBC Select. I personally love that they have zero origination fee.
Typically, when a detective mentions an opportunity, they then expand on this by showing what this opportunity is going to do for her. However, they don't do that with Isabella, essentially never giving her a good reason to confess.
What we know is that's your father.
That's not my
Walked into this
father.
room,
That's
you
not my
didn't find
father. Just can't be happening to me. No, I'm not going to prison for the rest of my life after this. No, please. Take me back to Gabriel.
I think you're going to feel a whole lot better if you just tell us what happened.
This may be the first time the detectives display a more professional attitude.
If you get this off your chest, give you an opportunity to feel better about what you did.
Isabella, bitch. She's ruining my whole fucking life.
Isabella, there's more people we could bring in.
Calling me Isabella.
We could bring your boyfriend in.
What boyfriend?
We could bring your
What
stepfather in.
boyfriend?
Oh, we know their names. We've talked to them.
In reality, Isabella's supposed boyfriend Gabriel would turn out to be a complete fabrication. However, Isabella did have a boyfriend, or an ex for that matter. Detectives sat down with 22-year-old Ilya Abramov, also known as Tony, who was just as shocked at the horrific crime. But what authorities didn't expect was that the young man may have been concealing a secret of his own that also involved 18-year-old Isabella. Apparently, their relationship ended over a week before Yunmi's death, after 3 years together. But that wouldn't be the last of their encounters. Tony states that a couple days before August 28th, he returned to Isabella's house to drop off some of her belongings. However, when Isabella opened the door, she was furious and tried to attack him with a golf club, though it's unclear if Tony was injured. Apparently, the couple had parted ways because Isabella believed that Tony was cheating on her with their friend, Kathy. Though he asserts that this never happened, Isabella was enraged.
Okay, so did you go to the house on the day that this happened? Wednesday. You weren't there at all that day? Somebody saw you there that day. Her stepdad said you came by the house, walked in the house, and went upstairs and had to get some stuff. Oh yeah, I grabbed my stuff from the closet. I didn't see her. So you were there that day? You didn't see her. Where was she at? Okay. So when you go to the house that day, what time is it when you go there then? It was around 5. So 5 in the afternoon? Yes.
Tony says that he tried to call Isabella. When he didn't receive an answer, he walked in the house. He remembers seeing Ryan, but they didn't speak to each other. Tony made his way to Isabella's room, grabbed some of his clothes, and left the house, all without seeing his ex-girlfriend. But there may be more to the story than he's letting on.
Why do you want to come into the police station and start lying to the detectives? Ilya, what's your deal? You went to her house twice that day. You went in the morning, she chased you in with a golf club, and then you went back that afternoon.
Tony has just confessed to another lie, where he had previously stated that his violent interaction with Isabella happened prior to the day of the killing. Now the detective is more suspicious than ever. But the topic of conversation suddenly shifts to Isabella and her home life, where Tony divulges some shocking information. Apparently, Isabella had at one point mentioned to Tony that Yunmi allegedly tried to poison her, along with their dogs. She apparently became very sick after eating something from the fridge, and claimed she'd smelled an odor of bleach emanating from the dog's water bowl. Although these accusations have never been confirmed, Tony confesses that he has never witnessed a physical altercation between Isabella and her family members, but rather verbal arguments between she and her mom. And last but most disturbing, Isabella supposedly disclosed another alleged incident where Yoon-mi apparently poked herself in the back of her head with scissors, reportedly stating that she wished for she and Isabella to die together. But the detective isn't buying the claims and continues his efforts to untangle the web of lies, although poorly.
Yeah, that's the really bad part for you. She just turned 18 a few months ago, so you're gonna go to prison forever.
Isabella has completely shut down. She's closed off and as close to the fetal position as she can get while staying in her chair. Her level of anxiety at this point is astronomical.
Don't bring that crazy man back in here, please. So what's the deal? Why the fuck did that guy say he's a father?
Really? Come on now. You know why. He's your father.
You? No.
He's sitting in the next room over here, okay? And he's in tears because he wants to know what the hell is going on with his kid.
That's not my problem, that's his.
Okay? Well, yeah, I guess when you're just a selfish, callous, heartless person like yourself,
Why are you
you
insulting
would have
me?
no feelings whatsoever for your own
Why are
father.
you insulting me?
Clearly, you had no feelings for your own mother. So I don't know why I would have to be at all surprised by your demeanor. But yeah, he's wondering why his own daughter, his own flesh and blood would act that way. But you know, I just found out something different. Want to hear what I found out?
What?
Okay. You were at H Mart today? Yes?
Yes, I'm fucking Asian American. I stopped by there on the way because I need fucking.
Can you sit down, please, so I can hear you? Stop talking in your knees.
I stopped by there because I needed some fucking pads. I was hoping someone
Right.
would be nice enough to let me borrow them and she actually bought me some shit.
Okay, she bought you those clothing items right there.
She didn't buy me
Usually,
clothing. The clothes are fucking mine. She bought me the fucking pads and the underwear.
The detectives are in possession of more information than Isabella is aware of, yet she continues to lie. That is, until the truth is staring her right in the face.
funny thing just happened. Somebody called the police department from the H Mart. Guess what? They got video down there. Guess what's on that video?
Me and H Mart because
Yeah, you and H Mart.
Because I was there.
Okay. What'd you tell those people down there at H Mart happened to you?
Then I ran away.
No. There's something else. You told them something else about you.
No, you didn't.
Yes, you did.
Just keep saying, honest, I was.
So don't talk in your knees. It's disrespectful. What did you tell them?
I told him the same shit I told you.
No, you told them something else too.
Okay, you know what? I told you the truth about who I am because I have to. You're the police. I'm not required to tell the truth about my life to anyone else. Okay?
Let me ask you a question. When you went into H Mart today, were you covered in blood?
No.
Oh, yes, you were.
I was.
You're on the video. You went into H Mart and you told them that somebody tried to sexually assault you.
I have bleeding hands. They asked what happened to you.
Mm-hmm.
I have blood all over my hands. Yeah, I know. I never really got the chance to clean it. I left it sit there already. They gave me some proper Neosporin and shit. I did tell them something because I needed help. Yes, not fun. But I did not tell them about my family and my mom, okay? I did tell them someone tried to me. I'm not gonna lie to you because I don't want them to know all about my family. They're not the police. I didn't have to tell them who I am. I just needed help. I'm ashamed of who I am. It's better to be the victim than the abused, beaten girl.
At Domino's, order carryout online or by phone and get any one-topping pizza for $7.99 each.
Boy, how can I forget you? And there is always something that.
Yes, I lied to them, okay? But I have not lied to you.
Correctly.
But that's not the story you told us when you sat down here and we asked you about these bags and where you got them and the
Yes,
circumstances.
clothes are mine.
That's not the story you told us.
The pads they got from me. And they gave me proper bandages.
Yeah, that's not the story you told us, okay? Plain and simple, it's not. You told us something completely different,
I'm just tired of it.
didn't you? You told us something completely different. Because you lied, right?
I'm not.
Yes, you did. That's a lie.
Please do a DNA test. It will prove everything. And then I can be happy for the first time in my life. That's all I ever want. I want a true love like I want in my books.
The detectives then confront her with yet another piece of evidence, where they explain that the H-Mart video camera shows a bloody Isabella walking into the bathroom. When they checked the contents of the room, they found clothing and bandages, all with large amounts of blood. Isabella only responds by saying that she's being framed for the horrific crime.
Stop acting like a victim.
I am a victim.
No, you're not. You're not a victim of anything. The man who's sitting in the room next door who came in here and identified you
He must be
as
crazy.
your father is a victim.
He must be crazy.
It would have made more sense that instead of saying she's not a victim, they could have played into her saying she was mistreated by her mom to minimize the crime and make it less morally reprehensible, and therefore more likely that she confesses.
That's the only answer I can
Your
think of.
stepfather Ryan is a victim.
He must be
Your
crazy.
mother, who is now lying
None
down
of
in
those
the
people
coroner's
are my
office
family
in Madison
members.
County.
I don't understand how you think I'm her. It's obviously hers.
No, we're not even going there anymore. We're not debating the fact that it's not you. We just want to know why you did it.
It's not up for argument.
I can't go to prison.
You're going to prison.
No.
Yeah.
It really seems as though they think they can just bully her into confessing.
I didn't do it.
You did a horrible thing. We want to know.
Isabella did a horrible thing. Stop calling me her name.
The detectives once again question Isabella about the reason behind such a gruesome act of violence.
How long had you been planning to stab your mother and kill her? Was it something that just cropped up, or were you planning on doing it for a while?
You. I really hope you're fucking fine, Isabella.
Did your mother say anything to
I
you?
hope I don't fucking
when
end
you
up in
started
prison and you
attacking
find Isabella instead. I'm oh, I'm sorry, Samantha. We found him.
We've given you all the
My life is
opportunities.
gonna be better when I run away. I guess that's only going to get worse. But now I get fucked in prison too, because I'm pretty.
Isabella has said multiple times how pretty she is, and this could be a sign of her having narcissistic tendencies. However, it's just as interesting that she switches to show anger and aggression here. When she realizes she's not going to get away and that her story isn't going to work, she starts acting like the Isabella that her stepdad described. It makes you wonder about the veracity of her delusions.
I don't think you're pretty.
That's mean.
Yeah, I don't think you are either.
Isabella turns her body towards the corner of the room and begins to cry. Likely not for her deceased mother, but rather the fact that she cannot escape the ensuing consequences.
It's going to be dark soon. When the DNA test going to come back? I don't want to walk around in the dark.
You're going to jail. You're not going anywhere.
Man, fuck you.
Well, that's the way it's going to be.
We're gonna have the generous come over, have a look at the wounds, and then we'll build a talk there.
She's probably feel the hospital. It's probably in that one.
Yeah, we're just trying to make,
You're not going
Say
to
what's
fucking
that?
jail.
yeah. So, I'm sorry?
You're not going to fucking jail unless you fucking Photoshop my fucking eyes.
Okay. You can still
Did you see her fucking face? She has fucking brown eyes.
Okay.
I hate you fucking people. All you people fucking suck. And that bitch is probably fucking crazy as shit and she's gonna go kill somebody else. At least you can take some happiness in that.
Why do you think I was being happy?
I mean, now at least you're fucking going on with me.
Alrighty. Can you stand up for me? This is for the, we're gonna go over to the hospital and get your hands stitched up, okay?
Yeah, that's for the jail.
Why?
We're gonna get your hands stitched up, both of them. Put your hands behind your back.
Why? Ow, that's where I stabbed.
Okay, hang on.
Just relax.
Let's take the fucking DNA test then.
Because it hasn't been 6 to 8 months yet, like I told you.
I hate you.
I know. I saw.
My name is Samantha.
Right to the end, Isabella refuses to acknowledge her real identity, though there may be an explanation behind her sheer roller coaster of a story. After being charged with the first-degree murder of her own mother, authorities still had one unanswered question. Why? But they would have their long-awaited reasons soon enough. As it turns out, Isabella was suffering from schizophrenia, where she experienced delusions for years. But in a shocking revelation, the teenager was supposedly hearing voices and asserted that Yoon-mi was not her mother, but rather a woman named Cecilia. Had she not taken Cecilia's life, Isabella believed that the world would come to an end. Because of this, she was found not guilty by reason of insanity and transported to the Colorado Mental Health Institute at Pueblo. However, in 2020, 7 years after the brutal killing, Isabella claimed that she was ready to be released, stating, "I was not myself when I did that, and I have since been restored to full health." In 2021, she was granted permission to leave the facility for therapy, in which she must wear a GPS tracker. However, there's no telling when or if she will ever be permanently released, or if her visits outside the facility will be limited only to therapy sessions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Introducing Hector Luis.
But anyway, I'm doing an experiment. But comment on what y'all think about that. What we just watched. Okay, that's oh wait. Okay, so alright. That's crazy. That was one crazy. I mean, she denied it to the end. She denied it to the end. To the end. So it kind of make you wonder, like, how do we lose our children to have the mentality to even have the morals to want to take another life, a child? That's yeah. So let's go to something else. Okay.
Today's episode is kindly brought.
Even white pays to have I'll turn you down. But what it says wife pays to have husband and kids killed. The end was shocking.
Okay, thank you for reading.
This is why I'm going to the gas station right now.
So you go gas station at night?
You feel what I'm saying? My boy got him a lip show and a beard. You know, that's what he
That's Ice Cube and Trick Day cooking together. Let's see. So y'all seen the new like what's the Equalizer? This cat. Okay. I'm learning how to do that, so give me a minute, y'all. Oh, okay, no, I ain't got a class. Alright. Let me take that off the refrigerator now. I need that. And the third. Is this the morning? Hey, no.
I'm Chris Hansen. Right now on 21 Feeling from here in New York.
And this killing stuff is crazy.
Brashear Gray has been missing from the spotlight since Empire.
He say he homeless. What doing? Someone paying the power.
The stories this man has to tell. He went into a lot of detail about how Empire and Hollywood ruined him and threw him out. There was a time when Brashear had it all. He was a star on Empire. He had a great fan base, and he was making some big money. He was still in his 20s when these great things were happening. So there were high hopes that he was going to be a superstar. But then Empire ended, and it's like Brashear's career ended along with it.
So I was gonna do it for he homeless. Okay. Well, a homeless man. There you go. That is.
Hey, y'all, this is probably one of the most impactful videos that I have seen this year. I saw this video on Elliot's channel first, and it really touched me so much. I'm sitting there watching.
My son doesn't date black women. So
Everybody, welcome to Sequoia this morning. For a year before she even dated. And 4 months into their relationship, Sequoia discovered that she was pregnant with her now 6-week-old baby, Rain. Look at Rain.
Oh, she's adorable. Okay, this is
These two twin sisters were born in 2011 with the most unique eye features, and only 4 years later took the internet by storm. Now 8 years have passed. Won't stop using his own spice to lavender and milk body. She thinks she is still the same.